This presentation is the second part of a larger presentation of building a virtual home network using a domain controller, file server, and client. For this one, we're not going to use a DHCP just to keep it simpler. So we have the domain controller here, and we're going to look at the network and sharing center, and then change adapter settings, and then Comcast. Now right here, we can see that it's part of the domain. And so we're going to look at properties and IPv4. Right here is we have assigned the IP address of 10.0.0.250 because the IP address of our home router is 10.0.0.1. So to keep it in the same subnet, we want to put it on the high end. The highest address we can have is 254 because 255 is the broadcast address, so we're going to put it on 250. And then subnet mask is 255, 255, 255. Now the default gateway 10.0.0.1 is the IP address of our home router, which is how we get to the internet. And then the preferred DNS server 127.0.0.1 is the loopback address. So that's all in place. That's in place. Now the internal, we're going to look at that is we have assigned 10.0.0.101 to be the IP address of the domain controller. And so we can use any address here, but we want to keep it between 1 and 254. And then we don't need a default gateway for this because the domain controller is the default gateway for our virtual home network. So close out of there, close out of there, close out of there, close out of there. The thing that we want to do is go to the command prompt, CMD, and we want to ping we want to see if we can ping Google or Yahoo. So let's first try 8.8.8, which is the IP address of Google. Okay, that comes out fine. We're getting a reply, so we're going to ping. Let's try yahoo.com, and okay, we get a reply there. And now let's ping our client, which is 201, and so we get a reply right there. So all that looks good. So our domain controller can communicate with Yahoo and also the client. So let's go ahead and get out of there. And I'm going to bring up the client. And okay, let's see here. We're going to go to the user. Okay, 955.238.340. And then PASWRD1, password 1, which you don't want to use in a real network, but it's easier here just to make sure stuff works. And so here is our client, and we're going to look at the IP address here, Open Network and Sharing Center. And we come down here and Network and Sharing Center. Change adapter settings, and so Ethernet. Now right here we can see that it is part of the domain. So we come down here to properties, and oh, okay, it still wants me to do that. Okay. All right. Doesn't believe me. Okay, so IPv4. So we have given the client the IP address of 10.0.0.201. That's our choice as long as it's between 1 and 254. And then the default gateway is the IP address of the domain controller, which is 10.0.0.101. And the DNS server is part of the domain controller, which is 10.0.0.101. So all that's good. Good. We close out of all these boxes right here, and we want to bring up the command prompt, and then we're going to ping. Let's try pinging yahoo.com, and yes, we get a reply right here, so we can talk to Yahoo, and also ping the 10.0.0.101. ping the domain controller, we get a reply, so all of that is good. So our last step right here is to go to the Internet Explorer, and we're going to, let's see here, .bing. Okay, and so we get the a web page right here from Bing. So our virtual home network talks through the domain controller to the internet. And in the next presentation, we're going to show how to put a file on the file server, the file on the client, and you're actually going to put the file on the file server. So that is the end of this presentation.